We're going to talk about React Storybook. This is a system that we're going to implement on the development side. It's going to help designers and developers be more in sync together and build out products together. It's based in component-driven design. So we'll talk about that first. It's the development and design practice of building user interfaces with modular components. So as the applications grow, the larger UI systems become unwieldy. And we're going to break down those components into smaller pieces that are help us separate out the state and the logic. So how to be component driven. We're going to build one component at a time, start really small and build the components up in isolation. We'll start combining those components. Once we've tested them in isolation, we know they work, we can start combining them and making larger components. We'll assemble those composite components into pages. And then we can integrate those pages into the project itself and connect the data and logic to them. So the benefits of this are quality. We'll know the different scenarios that each UI can do because we can sort it out in isolation. Be more durable. We'll be able to find the bugs easier, testing them at the smaller level. We'll be able to assemble the UIs faster by reusing the existing components instead of having to build a button on every single page. And it'll be more efficient, aligning the design and development sides, making the process easier. So what is React Storybook? It's a JavaScript tool that allows us to create an organized UI system and make the documentation and efficiency easier to use. So we have our app, we'll have our component library, and Storybook will go back and forth. So how are we going to implement it? We're going to take our style component library from the development side and our design library on the design side, and we're going to make a component gallery. So all the teams will easily be able to find any component without having to build out the user flow. We'll be able to test and make changes on the component in isolation without affecting the rest of the code base. Storybook has add-ons that'll be specific to our team that we can figure out that'll be helpful for us. One of those is called design, and it actually can link to the Figma file. So you'll be able to see the component and the Figma files at the same time. It'll look similar to this. So you'll have the top half button will be the button that we've actually built out. And then the bottom half will be the Figma file itself to where you'll actually be able to see that they match up and are correct. Another add-on is called Story Shots. It adds automatic jest testing. So we'll be able to implement on the development side this component-driven UI and the test-driven designs where we're testing items as we build them at the same time. And that is my very lightning talk on React Storybook.